Hey, how's it going? This is Eno, and welcome to this video. We are going to clean our HK45. I've owned this gun for a while, and I was looking through my my video archive, if you will, all the videos I've done, and I realized I haven't done a cleaning video of this gun yet. And I think this is probably the longest I've ever gone after getting a gun of doing a cleaning video. It's amazing. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is safety check our gun, drop the mag, check the chamber, and we are good to go. So, first thing you need to do is slide the upper slide back so it lines up with our slide lever, and just pull that out, and then let it go. Make sure you get your hands out of the way. Now you should be able to just rip the upper off the lower. And the rest of this comes apart much like a Glock or a MMP or anything like that. Spring out, take your barrel out, and our gun is officially disassembled. It is field stripped. So let's go ahead and get some cleaning going. So I'm just going to spray the barrel down with a little bit of Ballistol. Set that aside for a minute. Now I'm just going to spray some Ballistol into the upper and a little bit into the lower, and just kind of let that sit for a second, let it soak in. We need a cleaning patch and spray a little bit of everybody's favorite, Ballistol. I don't mean to dig on anybody who doesn't like Ballistol. I still have plenty of buddies that use Hoppies. Everybody loves the smell. So I'm just going to go through and give the upper a nice wipe down. I typically will do the outside first just because it's less dirty, so you're not dragging all the dirt that's on the inside to the outside. So obviously the muzzle of a 45 always gets nice and dirty, so make sure you hit that up real good. Okay, and I'm just going to wipe down the inside. Get that all good to go. So this is just kind of my preliminary wipe down, just to get the majority of the gunk out. And then what I'll do is I'm going to point the gun and spray just a little bit of Ballistol where the firing pin or striker comes out. And I'm just going to wet up my little nylon brush, and with the gun facing down, so the muzzle of the gun facing down, I'm just going to brush this where the firing pin is. This always gets really, really gunky. Even if you just shoot a little bit, it still gets really dirty, so make sure we give that a good one. And then wipe that down. That should be good. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here with a swab, and these are foam swabs. You've seen me use them many times before. In fact, I have a video about how awesome they are. And Swabbits was so nice enough they even put the video of my review on their products on their website. So that was really cool. Lets you know you're going somewhere in life, isn't it? So we're just going to get into all the little crevices here. And these tools really, really work well for getting into all the little areas where it's hard to get into with your fingers and a cleaning patch. And they work so much better than cotton swabs, and they don't leave little bits of cotton behind and crapola. Makes cleaning a little easier and makes cleaning a little cleaner. Okay, so that's pretty much it right there. I'm going to go and take a clean dry towel and just wipe off the excess. You don't want too much lubricant. Ballistol is nice because it's both a lubricant and a cleaner. So it's kind of a 2-in-1, but you don't want too much in there. So wipe off the excess. Enough of residue will stay behind that it will keep the gun properly lubricated. So you don't have to go oiling the crap out of your gun. Okay. Put our lower aside. While I'm here, I'm just going to wipe down my magazine. Put that aside. Let's work on the lower. So, first thing I'm going to do, clean my brush real quick, reload it with some Ballistol, and I'm just going to give this a quick little brush right at the front here. That gets pretty dirty. I'm going to start with a new patch, some Ballistol, and just like the upper, we're just going to go through and wipe everything down. Inside here, the magazine goes. Okay. So, and again, I'm going to use my swab tool to get into all the little areas that are more difficult to get to without a swab tool. Get that down here so you can see it. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to give the outside a little wipe down up front here where you always get a lot of dirt and grime. There you go. And now we're just going to wipe it down with a clean dry towel. There we go. So, let's move on to our barrel. Get a little bit of a cleaning tool, brush, and just start. It's always going to be a little tough that first like pass or two. And then really quickly, it'll get a lot easier. Be very careful when you're inserting the brush here that you don't go knocking up the barrel too much. I barely apply any pressure when I put the brush into the barrel, just because you don't want to mar it or scratch it up with the metal end of the brush if you're using a brush like this. Okay, now we're just going to get around the breech here just to get the gunk off the ramp. There we go. Start with another patch with some Ballistol on it and go ahead and wipe it all down. Now in the H&K there's this O-ring up front, and when I pull it apart to clean it, I'll always inspect it. It is a replaceable O-ring, so you just want to keep an eye on it, make sure it's not damaged or cracked or split or anything. Make sure that looks good. If you notice, it's right here, that little O-ring that runs around there. Looks pretty good. So I'm just going to quickly inspect it. It looks pretty good. So if you need to replace it, now would be a good time to do it. Just like that. I should have kept track of exactly how many guns I've cleaned with this one tool, this one swab tool. It really is amazing how long they last. I mean, just a couple of these will replace bags and bags and bags of cotton swabs. They really do. And they're not that expensive. They're relatively inexpensive. In my opinion, it's much more economical to use these than cotton swabs. You know, I know people who clean their guns with cotton swabs and you know, paper towel and stuff like that, which is fine, but I've seen a lot of people clean guns. I've seen a lot of videos of people cleaning guns. I don't know of anybody who does it wrong. Everybody does it a little bit differently. I haven't seen anyone personally that does it wrong. Some people are more meticulous than others. The big thing is you hit everything, you get the gunk off, you don't leave too much lubricant behind, and you don't miss anything. So beyond that, you should be good to go. Alright, I'm just going to visually inspect this real quick. Looks beautiful. Nice and clean. Mirror finish in there. So I'm just going to go through and just wipe the rest of these parts down. Alright, let's go ahead and reassemble. So, let's get our upper back into play here. Okay, so again, it's going to go together a little bit like a Glock here in the beginning. You're going to get a little bit of resistance when you put the barrel in because of that O-ring. The beauty of the O-ring is it stabilizes the barrel inside the slide so you don't have as much slop. So you do get a little bit of resistance when you do that. That makes it slightly different than some other guns. Okay, there you go. Not too tough. And then, oops, before we do this, we're going to put a little bit of grease. Just a dot there, and a dot back here, and again a dot there, and a dot there. Okay, I'm just gonna, you don't want to leave a ton of grease on these things, just a little bit. It's a really lightweight grease, so not too bad. Okay, now we're ready to reassemble. There we go. Okay, so now you do the same thing in reverse. You line up the notch on the upper with the hole on the lower. Pop this back into place, and we're all good to go. Get your hand out of there, or you'll pinch it. Okay, get our polishing rag, and just give the gun a good wipe down. This will further protect the gun, give it a nice little shine. Always makes it look beautiful. And then always wipe down the mags too. There we go, we're all done. Function test the gun. Ooh, a little bit of cat hair. Function test the gun. Just make sure it feels good, feels nice and smooth and clean like it should. It fires properly. The magazine in, the slide stays back. So there you go, we're all done. Cleaning your HK45. A clean gun is a happy gun.